Hey, this is Mark watching MTC Media. So, when we looked at how sports in this industry, whether it's sports information, sports entertainment, um, sports infotainment, whatever iteration, however you want to define what it is now, when you look back to it and you'll look back at this era, you will say there were several people who navigated it very, very well. Like, very well. And one of the black folks who navigated it very, very well is Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith saw an industry that was flatlining. He was a columnist in Philadelphia. And he saw where things were going. And he played it patiently, by the way. He played the changing times almost to perfection. I mean, you could really, really, really learn something from how he played a changing industry where so many were hanging on to the way it used to be. And he didn't. He saw it as opportunity. And as I'm not one to count people's money, I hate the whole counting other people's money thing. And so it's become lucrative for him. But let's not get it twisted here. It's still old time black folks of a certain ilk. You're the comic relief, the carnival barker in the room. They don't see you as equal. Sure, you'll get financially. You'll get A, B, C, D, and E that others won't. Other black people, other white people, you won't. But you're not. They don't see you on the same level as them, and the people below you won't see you from an intelligence point of view on the same level as them. People who write game summaries for a living will tell you, "Oh, that's Stephen A. Smith. Oh, he's not smart. It's just that consumers are dumb for listening to him." That's what they'll say. So, as long as Stephen A. Smith understands that he's the comic relief in the room, and that by no way is this some sort of sign of respect, and he's comfortable with that, I guess that's fine. Because in reality, he's a different version, but the same as Jason Whitlock. It's just that Jason Whitlock thought his path to riches was going to be via Uncle Ruckus, which is kind of stupid because when you look at trying to go the Uncle Ruckus pathway, you think that people aren't respecting Stephen A. Smith. The rooms that Jason Whitlock in, oh no, you're nothing more than and they won't have any problems of telling you that. So really the joke is on Jason Whitlock in that case. You're never, ever, ever going to go anywhere in that act. But Stephen A. Smith, he's kind of told that line. He's told the line of people feeling comfortable enough for him to make a few more dollars. But don't get it twisted. I don't think of you as being, some sort of a sign of intelligence in the industry. So your integrity is worth what I think the latest count was 40 million. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. $40 million for you to trade in your integrity. It's more than what Jason Whitlock is getting. But it also shows you this: there is still no room, even in the changing times, for there to be a dominant black personality or a black-led show of intelligence. When you look at Bomani Jones' show on HBO, which lasted for I think 2 seasons, the consumers don't want a black-led show that sounds intelligent. It's either got to be a black athlete screaming and yelling like on these debate shows, or it's got to be someone that used to be a columnist like Stephen A. Smith screaming and yelling on these debate shows, or it has to be Michael Wilbon talking about the good old Michael Jordan days that sounds ignorant when he's talking about today's basketball because it's never in relation to today's basketball. And you can say the same thing about Shaq and Charles. They never put anything they say into context. So you can have an actual intelligent conversation. It's always, well, what it used to be, you're on your porch, your screening porch, in a rocking chair. Well, the way it used to be in the good old days for us. That's what it sounds like. It sounds at times buffoonish. But you know what? Name a more popular inside the NBA show. And the joke is really on Stephen A. Smith, because they will give more respect to the Barstool guys than him. They'll give more respect to the Barstool guys than Bomani Jones. And the only thing those are glorified frat boys. Everything is a frat party. Everything is in perception of a frat boy. Oh, but it's fun. But when it's Stephen A. Smith, it's ignorant. When it's Bomani Jones, he's an uppity. There's still not a pathway for black folks who want to honor, respect the industry. If you're not doing some sort of Uncle Ruckus, Amos and Andy act, or you're not an ex-athlete, there's no room for you. It's Marcus Washington, MTC Media.